I am back once again. My apologies for that. My little brother loves to be passionate about his video games, so I am going to go ahead and do a daily on karma as much as possible. Don't call on me for questions, please. Okay, so you guys don't want to be called in for questions. I see how it is. So, guys, I have Johnny and Bryce here, and they don't want to be called on for questions because they don't really play League of Legends. However...
Damn it, I'm doing homework!
Can't wait to be able to justify having this on. Ah, they're awesome. Thank you. Okay, so I can't sit here and watch, read everything everyone's pointing out. So, what I need is a volunteer from the audience. Let's see who's on. Crisis. I think I have you on Skype. So let's see if we can drag Crisis in here. And Crisis is going to help me demonstrate karma in League of Legends. As we now wait for Crisis. Oh my goodness. Hi, Crisis.
You guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Make sure you have the stream muted, please.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to go into a custom game, and if you don't mind, we are going to talk about the beautiful karma.
Awesome.
Alright, so let me go ahead and send you an invite. Oh, my game crashed. No. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry guys, it'll be just a moment. My game crashed. By the way, the viewers love your lack of enthusiasm.
What, mine?
I would assume so.
It's because Kiro is jealous, and so is Zatada.
Oh, did I need to get on your level?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look at this. Are you saying fail to me? Is he saying fail to me or to you?
I think they're talking to me because me, Kiroi, and Zatada have been playing League of Legends quite often since Thursday.
Oh, since Thursday's show, really?
Yeah.
How have you guys been doing? Did anything I tell you guys help? Yes? No? I'm going to assume not. You're being very quiet. I'm gonna cry now.
As far as, well, I don't know. Me personally, I don't know.
Alright.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay. As for you personally, you're just gonna leave it at that? Okay. And it looks like the beautiful Kelly may have joined the chat. For those of you who don't know, Kelly Melky's really wonderful gal, very involved in the esports world. So you guys may want to check her out at Kelly Melky's. Let me find her Twitter here. She's actually very awesome. Just a moment here. Actually, what am I doing? I should just be searching for it. Do that, but I'm bad. Oh my goodness, look at that. I think that's how you spell it.
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing as
yeah,
I
think you're right, and I think I'm just terrible at remembering how to spell names. Oh my goodness, there we go.
I've seen her stream a few times. I'm gonna have to agree with Zatada too.
What are they saying? Well, Kelly, would you like to join us on stream? By the way, guys, go check her Twitter out. That is her Twitter. She's really awesome, and you should see this beautiful background image she has. Look at that. I'm jealous of that background. That is just too sexy there. All right.
It's got GSL. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. Crisis, you need to move over to the other team.
Oh.
Oops. If I can type here. Alright, so I want you to use whatever champion. Oops. And I hit my mic. Use whatever champion you want. Okay? So I am going to sit here and I'm going to use Karma. And if you kick my butt, I'm going to kick your butt later. Just kidding.
I don't know if I should be mean or if I should just go with... Because I could be mean and choose something really nasty.
Go ahead. That is entirely up to you. I'm up to the challenge. Alright guys, one thing you need to know about running Karma is how to play her. Karma has 3 skills, no ultimate. And the reason I say 3 is Mantra is not actually a skill. She has Heavenly Wave, which deals damage, and if used with a mantra, it can heal. Mind you, you only have 2 mantras at any given time. A mantra can take up to 30 seconds to cool down and recharge. So, Heavenly Wave is the Q. Spirit Bond looks like a really pretty shiny rope. You can use that on an ally or on a minion. Or, well, sorry, not minion, but enemy. If you use it on an ally, it speeds your ally up. If you use it on an enemy, it slows them down. And any enemy that walks through that spirit bond, that light, ends up taking damage. If your spirit bond is on an ally, it will speed up anyone who walks through it. Soul Shield. It shields, it can absorb damage by shielding, but if used with a mantra, it does an AP burst, an AoE effect. Spirit Bond will double the effect. I'm sorry. Mantra with Spirit Bond will double the effect. For Karma, I like to build her tanky. I like to take Clarity to help with her mana. She has a huge issue with mana, but that doesn't make her any less of an amazing support champion. Now it's argued that Janna and Tarek are among some of the best champions for supports. However, I would like to say that Karma is among one of the best support champions out there. She has a heal, she can do damage. She has a shield, she has a slow, or a speed boost. So we're going to go ahead, walk through different ideas of how you can run Karma. And you're really taking exhaust on Brand. You are evil.
That's just how I run Brand.
Well, that's just how you run Brand. Now, something to know, guys. Karma is she's ability power based. That means all of her skills will be boosted by AP or ability power. Same with Brand. So, since Brand is AP, I know that I can sit here and just get magic resistance and laugh at him. So, depending upon how you want to start Karma off, what I would recommend is get your Q first. The reason for Q is so you have that early game heal. By level 2, you want to get your shield. And the reason for this is not only can you play offensively, but you can play defensively. And sometimes, the best defense is a great offense. Or actually, the best offense is a great defense. That's the way it's supposed to be. Anyhow, so a couple of items you can start off with for Karma. You can start building her towards tank, such as going into the defense items and build towards magic resistance, since we know we're going up against Brand. Can sit here, can get the Sapphire Crystal, can get the Ruby Crystal. I can get the Doran's Ring, which gives an extra 100 health. It gives me 5 mana regen per 5 seconds and 15 ability power. Or I can start building towards like a Rally's Crystal or even Morello's Evil Tome. And the reason Morello's Evil Tome is the cooldown reduction, the ability power, the mana regen, that sort of thing. But we're going to go ahead and for all intents purposes, we're going to start off with Doran's Ring. And the reason I'm using Teleport is for the mobility. Karma is pretty slow, honestly. So mobility is a big deal with her. Mobility is a big deal with any champion, whether you're playing support or not. So being able to move around and do those sort of things, where you can go from one turret to another, is great. It means you'll be able to help your team out. Now, I'm not saying you have to use these skills. For instance, if I'm with friends and I know their playstyle, then I know that I do not need to take clarity on Karma. However, since it's a 1v1, or I'm possibly hanging out with a team I don't know, I am going to take the clarity. As you can see, he's done quite a bit of damage to me, and I've taken some damage, but not a whole ton. Part of the thing when playing against a brand is you have to be able to dodge his skills. Alright, so I'm down to 400 and almost 50 HP, so I'm going to go ahead and do a mantra and a heavenly wave, and that actually brings me up about 50 HP at this moment, which is not bad at all. However, Brand did exactly what he was trying to do, which was delay me from getting level 2. So really good play there by Brand. As you can see though, he has taken quite a bit of damage, and I am level 2 now. Oh, I should have shielded myself right there. A shield can block, her soul shield can block more than just physical damage. It also blocks magic damage to a certain extent, so that you won't take nearly as much. But you have to be very careful. You have to be very quick on your reflexes and know exactly what you're doing. And as you can see, he knows what he's doing. He's going to try and kill me, and he doesn't go for it. Ha ha ha, Tessa lives. Now, normally, at level 3, I would get W, but I was kind of contemplating of getting my Q at this, or of leveling up my Q more at this point. However, upon thinking twice, I've decided not to. And why? Because I don't think I'm going to need that second point in Q this early. Oh, there we go. At level 4, gets put in that second point. Now, Brand actually has me very low, so what I need to do right now is I need to play very carefully, very defensive, because I know what he can do against me, and I know he's going to sit here and try and deny me EXP. So, upon having a mantra, I want to heal and make sure that he can't do enough to me. So you can see he's trying to stun me, and Brand, what you need to be doing is you want to make sure that you're using your skills to trigger your effects. The one where you throw fire, make sure I've already got the fire effect on me before you throw it. That way it stuns me. Okay? You can talk on the stream, that's okay.
Yeah, I know. For some reason, I just felt like typing.
Well, I keep hitting lag here, and this kind of sucks. But Brand, in my opinion, is a very hard champion for a Karma player to go against because of his ability to play very, very aggressive. Ooh, that was good. Almost too good. Now, something to note is having a shield can actually make a big difference if you've got something like Ignite on you. As you can see, he's already ran me out of my mana. I'm pretty low on HP, and I'm in a pretty bad position right now. This is where having teammates would be a really great thing. However, since I don't...
Right now.
Huh?
I could get so ganked right now.
Yeah, you would get so ganked right now. And however, since I don't have a teammate at this point, what I have to do is I have to be very careful. As you can see, he is a level 5. Now, his level 6 ability could wreck me right about now if I am not very careful. But he's not level 6 yet. So that's a good thing. That means I can afford to heal myself up. And still, I have to play very defensive, because if you play aggressive when you're low HP or when you verse a champion that is giving you problems and you're struggling against, you're going to end up dying quite a bit. And there is his ultimate. Now, one thing about Brand's ultimate is it will hit whoever it's targeted at least once, even if you flash away from it. However, if you're able to flash away or get away, you can have it just hit once off of you and not bounce. And in that kind of case, what I did is it hit me and it went straight to a minion. And what I ended up doing is I backed away from the minions, as you guys saw, and then it did not hit me again because of that. And that's the kind of play you need to be aware of. One thing when playing any support champion or any champion period is be fully aware of what you are playing against, like who you are playing against, who you are playing as, and kind of what you expect out of them as for their level of aggression, as for their skills, that sort of thing. As you can see, Brand is very, very low, and he has no ability to heal at this point. And he's hoping he'll be able to pick me off. If I had Flash or even Ignite, he might be dead at this point. But since I don't, he doesn't really have to worry. He is a level higher than me though. So we're going to see if I can avoid from him killing me at this point. So this is what Mantra does with Heavenly Wave. And me, not paying attention to my mana or anything else, I am taking a lot of damage here, as you guys can see. You got lucky. You got lucky. No mana.
It's just skill.
Okay. So, as you guys can see, my last hits are actually pretty terrible as compared to Brand. But Brand also was denying me XP. He was being able to sit there and harass freely. And I have chased him out of the lane, which is going to allow me to kind of catch up on EXP a little bit here. Now, one thing that's very important when playing League of Legends is last hitting. If you don't last hit the minions, you won't get the gold for them. And getting that gold is very, very important. Almost as important as when choosing to use your skills versus choosing not to use your skills. Are you really going to do this? Yes, you are. And as you guys can see, my shield actually blocked a decent percentage of that damage. Now the wonderful thing is while Brand is a level 7 and he did get to go back and heal and I didn't, I have a teleport. So this is one of the wonderful things about having teleport. And since I'm facing Brand and I know I'm going to want the magic resist, I'm going to go ahead and get a Negatron cloak first because I know that is what I am going up against. This is considered an off-tank or hybrid Karma, and I actually do this all the time in normal games and even in ranked games. Once again, builds and how you play a champion overall is going to vary depending upon your personal playstyle. If you like to play very aggressive, then what you may want to do is you may want to go for something like the Morello's Evil Tome or even a Rally's Crystal to begin with. And the reason for Rally's Crystal is then every skill you use will slow on top of you getting HP and AP. AP is an abbreviation for ability power. Now one thing about Brand's skills is he kind of has to focus on the area of where he wants them. So once it's placed, that's kind of all there is to it. So if you can dodge it and you can go in an area he doesn't expect you to, you'll be fine and you'll be able to survive longer. But if you don't pay attention to that, you could actually be in a serious situation. Brand is what people like to call a one-trick pony. As long as you dodge one of his skills, you should be able to be fine. And this doesn't go for just Karma, this goes actually for any champion overall. Oh, and that was definitely not me dodging anything. Now a great thing about Karma is her Heavenly Wave, her heal when she uses it, can also heal minions in front of her. Yes! Run away!
Together we shall triumph.
As you guys can see, Brand actually took a lot of damage for playing that aggressive against me. So Karma is really great in being able to do things like that, to be able to play aggressive and yet defensive at the same time. It truly depends on your playstyle and who you're going against. There are some champions that I cannot stand to have to go against when I'm playing Karma. One of those
So
actually
lucky.
happens to be Brand. So GG Crisis for picking one of those champions. Now let me ask you, without me buying any ability power items besides the Duran's Ring, are you actually finding yourself struggling against Karma?
It's actually the Negatron cloak.
Oh, like it
Good
wasn't
for-
anything before, okay.
Conquer oneself is to
Because if it wasn't for that Negatron cloak, I probably would have killed you with all 4 of those abilities.
You probably would have, and that is why it's very important to know what you are playing against, guys. Because if you know what you're playing against, you will be able to know what to get to counter them to stay alive. In this case, Brand, Magic Resist.
And that's why if I see a Negatron cloak or any magic resist, I go with Void Staff. 40% magic pen.
As I'm sure you're aware, though, that will not be enough.
conquer oneself oneself is to
Something interesting is while he can get the Magic Pen is only going to do so much.
Ionia shall prevail.
Did you bring clarity yourself? Yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Ah! 1 hit away! No! No!
That's skill.
Ah. So, one thing to be fully aware about when playing the game, regardless of what champion you play, is your position. Position will make a big difference. If I had been out of position at one point throughout that whole fight just a second ago, I probably would have died.
By one, they will fall.
What do you feel about that, Crisis? Do you agree?
Yeah, probably. Or at least I wouldn't have been so hurt out of that.
I probably would have barely gotten away and maybe have even died from the minions themselves. And now I'm at a slight disadvantage because you got to go back and heal. So as you guys can see, he's got 51 ability power. He has got 82 attack, 387 movement speed. Because he does already have sorcerer shoes.
Focus your wit and
Now, the boots or the shoes, guys, are really going to depend upon your situation. If you're having an issue with slow, snares, stuns,
negotiations have
and spells that kind of just harm you, or kind of stop you from being able to get away, they hurt your mobility, then you want to get some tenacity.
they will not
It's a new effect that was added inside of League of Legends within one of the most recent updates. Tenacity you can get through things like Mercury Treads. Tenacity does not stack.
onward, always.
Heavenly Wave does not heal a turret. Just a little side note there, because I know that Heimerdinger can heal a turret, but yeah, not Karma. And no, her shield cannot shield a turret either. I know Janna's able to do that, but Karma is not.
It'd be so overpowered if it could, though.
Yeah, it would be.
Because I've seen that.
Have you ever seen a
shield
Karma
take
low
2
HP?
turret shots.
Have you ever seen a Karma at low HP take an arrow straight to the face just because of the shield and live?
No.
I've done it.
I've seen a Karma tower dive a person
Oh goodness,
and
that
get away.
something about a champion you guys play. If you play Karma, abuse her survivability. If you play Brand, abuse how strong he is with ability power.
Oh god, that was
Yes!
horrible.
What did I tell you about playing aggressive?
Where the battle goes, so go I.
I could have had you.
Could've, should've, would've. Only counts in horseshoes.
I blame the minions.
Oh, you blame the minions. Okay, guys, that is where positioning is really proven right there. That fight, the positioning was everything.
Especially with spells, especially like Brand. Everything's pretty much a skill shot.
Everything is pretty much a skill shot. And now I'm gonna have fun and annoy you. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Let's do that instead. So, remember that the items you get need to be relative to what you're facing against if you are playing an off-tank Karma. If you're not, you need to pick up items that will fit your playstyle. If you want to play really strong ability power, you need to get those kind of items.
That's
Another
not
thing
cool.
to do. What? A Force of Nature? Oh, would you have preferred I pick up the Banshee's Veil instead? In this sort of case, guys, a Banshee's Veil or even a Force of Nature are acceptable. And I plan to be getting both. Just because I know what Brand can do. And I know that if Brand were played to his fullest ability, he can wreck pretty much a whole team if they are out of position because of his AoE. For those of you who don't know what AoE is, that's area of effect. What was that?
Oh my god. It's horrible.
And that is the difference based on items, guys. That's how much of a difference items can make. But as you're seeing, my cooldowns are still really, really long. So I actually need to be a little more careful with that. Now, something that I think Crisis has forgotten about, or maybe he's not aware of, Karma's passive. The lower her HP is, the higher her ability power goes up. Did you know that?
Nope.
Yep. So the more health I have, and the lower it is, the more ability power I'm gonna have when it's lower. Like right now, I'm 45, 44, 43, and I was at 50 something during that fight. But because I'm regenerating my health now, my ability power is going back down. By getting something to do with mana regen, such as like a force of nature, it will allow you to be able to do a lot more. It will give you the health regen, it'll give you the magic resist. It's an overall really good item. Same as Banshee's Veil.
Apparently my minions are better than hers.
No, they're not.
They just wrecked one of your turrets.
I still have the only kill.
That will change.
Oh, will it? Okay, guys, so as you can see, this item here I have up. This item is called Abyssal Scepter. I like Abyssal Scepter for many reasons. Abyssal Scepter... You're making me laugh, Chris, you're not helping. Abyssal Scepter is great for many, many reasons. Among those reasons, it gives you magic resistance.
Oh my god,
And
mana.
it gives you ability power. Not to mention, it lowers their magic resistance. Now at that point, I could have turret dived him, but it would not prove to show you anything if all I did was tower dive him. Tower diving is something you don't really want to do ever. If you do it, it's a very rare thing, not to mention it's very risky. So what Abyssal Scepter does is it gives you plus 70 ability power, plus 57 magic resistance, and then it gives a unique aura which reduces the magic resistance of nearby champions by 20. Now, why is that so interesting? Well, because... Oh, you have cooldown reduction, don't you? Hey, go back here. See, now he is using his skills in in a sequence, which are really beneficial to him.
Ow.
I should probably warn you now, I have marks of magic pen on Karma for my runes. I haven't talked about runes, I haven't been sitting here and telling you guys and reading the chat and I haven't been telling you guys, like reading your comments, and I'm sorry for that. That's true. What Malvik said. Karma, no matter what you do, she cannot AP burst someone down to like half HP. She's amazing, but sadly she's not that amazing, whereas Brand is overpowered. You hear that, Brand?
Yeah,
what's
totally
going on here? Oh. Guys, I think he needs a little bit of encouragement. Alright, so as you can see, he has 103 ability power, but he has no magic resistance. And right now, that is a big downfall for him since he knows he's playing versus Karma. Oh, yeah, run away. So,
And Brand is pretty much useless after I've used all 4 spells.
the same can be said for any champion. Any champion can be useless after you've used their spells. The thing is how you use the spells when you use the spells. and if you have cooldown reduction or not. Cooldown reduction can change a lot of things. Oh, by the way, what was that about turret? That's right, you have 2 down. Alright guys, so we're gonna have fun here. Part of the reason I'm struggling so much against Brand right now is Brand has boots, and I do not. So, you can get cooldown reduction boots, but I personally prefer to go ahead and get Boots of Swiftness. Karma is pretty slow. However, to help with her mobility, Boots of Swiftness will make her much more useful. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and do that. Teleport there. When going through and you're fighting a lot and you want to go back, you want to heal and quickly get your item, like when you're porting back, you know you're safe, a quick way to browse through the shop is by hitting the P button. It brings up the shop, you can quickly go through things. You won't be able to buy until you are back at the spawning area. Now, one thing to be very aware of, guys, is map awareness. There are a couple of places you need to be paying attention to at all times. Dragon. He can really overturn a game because that's an extra 200 gold per teammate. Then you have your basic buffs. You have blue buffs and red buffs. Each side has one. For the bottom side of the map, this right here is red buff. This right here is blue buff. For the top side of the map, right here is the red buff, and right here is the blue buff. Alright, besides that, you have wraiths, wolves, and golems. Now, one thing I want to point out is that not only is map awareness important, but so are turrets. There have been matches where you could be losing in team kills, but if you have their turrets down, and they are just swamped with minions, they have no way to stop it, well then, what can happen is that you win just by having those turrets down, by having the minions pushed, even while they're trying to kill you guys. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen it happen. And then there are the times where you can be up on team kills, you can be up on turrets, and somebody was out of position at one time or another, and it costs the whole team the game. Position in this game truly is everything. If one member dies during a team fight, it can overturn the match, depending upon who that teammate was. If it's your tank, well, the rest of the team may be able to continue killing off the remainder of the opposite team. However, if it was somebody like your support, and your support is the one doing all the healing and that sort of thing, then they're not going to be able to do anything. Really? Okay. Now, something to note that a lot of people are not aware of, there is a way to go ahead and self-cast spells on you. I can go ahead, click E, and then click on myself to cast my shield. Or, I can do Alt E, which will do the following. Shield. Now, if I do that in a combination with R, and I do R Alt E, that will go ahead and set my mantra up for me to use it, and then my shield up to go ahead and place it on myself. So in this case, I'm going to go R, Q, and I'm going to go ahead and decide where I want Q to face, which I want it to face that way. As you play the game more, you can change the hotkeys to whatever you desire. I am using the basic hotkey setup. So 1 through 6 are actually my inventory, right here. This is 1 where my Dorian's Ring is, 2 is my Force of Nature, 3 is my Boots of Swiftness. 4 is where my Negatron Cloak is, 5 would be the next spot right there, and then 6 would be right underneath the boots. Now, why is this a big deal? Because there are some items out there that require actives. They are active skills, or they have an active effect to them that require you to use it. So it's very important to know, without having to click the item, how you can activate it and still get the desired effect you're looking for. And as you guys just saw, all of his minions that I just walked through with my Spirit Bond took damage. And that is because Spirit Bond will do damage to opponents or the enemy if they walk through it while it's attached to an enemy. So far, I haven't noticed Spirit Bond do damage to somebody, to like an opponent, when it's attached to an ally of yours. So that's a very interesting thing to note there. Now, I really like Brand's positioning so far. It's because what he's doing is he's trying to keep away from Karma. So how you do that is you want to make sure you get a Spirit Bond off on him with or without a Q, I mean. Blah. And then get up close, do R, and shield. The shield will do that burst right next to him. It'll shield you from a little bit of damage, and he will take quite a bit. And the great thing is however much damage it blocks, because it'll do 280 plus whatever based on your AP ratio. It'll also do that much as actual damage.
Ionia shall prevail.
So something to keep in mind there. Now, Karma is really great when built AP. Are you okay there, Crisis?
What do you mean?
Well,
I'm just doing just fine.
Begins within.
okay. Just checking there. It's very quiet. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, guys, is if you have any questions regarding Karma at this point, please feel free to ask me, and I'll be happy to answer them while going ahead and showing you guys kind of what you want to get on her, what you want to do with her, that sort of thing.
Victory is a sh-
Do you have any questions yourself, Crisis?
Nope.
Nope. None at all?
Nope.
Nope.
This is why I play champs like this.
Oh, because you want to be
I'm
able
not
to
I'm
use
not a
that.
support player at all.
Well, Karma doesn't exactly have to be played as support. She can be played as a hybrid. You can play her as a support or an AP carry. Just if you're going to play her as an AP carry, you have to make sure that you're going to be very well protected. You want to watch your positioning and make sure you've got the right items for that sort of thing. As for skill order, what you guys want to do when playing Karma, my best suggestion would be to max out Q, then max out E. Q is the Heavenly Wave, E is the Soul Shield. From there, you want to finish off with maxing out the Spirit Bond, which is your W. And why you do that is Q does the healing, E does the shield, it can also do AP burst damage, and then W will go ahead and just slow or speed up. And I like W a lot, but it just doesn't do enough. Now, something I did notice is you can hit tab to look at what's going on from what you saw last, or what your team saw last of that of the opposing team, of the opposing champions. Did you really just try to solo Baron?
Yep.
I should pull up Panic of the Nexus and start having it play so they can say it's too early to Baron.
together.
How's it too early? I'm level 18.
Well, then you're too weak to do Baron. Not many champions can solo Baron on their own.
I bet. Well, if I was trendy right now, I probably could.
Maybe.
Or Zen.
Maybe.
A melee character with a lot of lifesteal definitely probably could.
Probably. Now, one thing we did notice here, guys, is that Crisis, Brand, has Clarity and Exhaust. You can see his death counter, like how much longer he has till he's back alive. You can see the items that he was seen last with, as well as his creep kills, or the minion kills. The creep kills, or minion kills, are abbreviated to CS. Now, based on his items, we can sit here and see, well, he got a Void Staff, he's got the Sorcerer's Shoes for Magic Pen, along with the Void Staff, and he just got his Abyssal Scepter. Now, the interesting thing is I also have an Abyssal Scepter, so even with him getting an Abyssal Scepter, that's not going to be enough because I still have more magic resistance than him. And we're going to see this play out right now. Once again, positioning makes a big difference. Something called microing. That means being able to get out of there, maneuver around the skills that are used, that sort of thing. Microing is also referred to as positioning in this game.
Victory
Now we're probably both kind of under-farmed compared to the way we should be, honestly. Very nice ulti by him. A lot of magic pen, as you guys can see. It's actually doing a lot more than I anticipated. Shield actually, I believe, does heal to a certain extent. Oops, should not be scrolling in. First thing I need to do is have a close-up view. Why are you throwing your skill randomly?
It's just where my mouse is.
Okay. Were you hoping I was gonna walk there?
Sure, I don't know. The mouse is everywhere.
Okay. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate that. It probably would be very educational to do that, and we can probably go into a real match and talk about that. Crisis, would you be up for a real match after this?
Oh, I would love to.
Fantastic. In that case, would you mind laning with me? That way I can show people a dual lane Karma versus a solo lane Karma like this.
Oh, of course. I'd love to.
Fantastic.
Except
Besides...
I'm definitely not doing brand again.
Well, why? What are you struggling with for brand? Are you struggling at all? I mean...
So much magic resist. Oh my god.
Well...
Any normal person without magic resist would have been dead.
Yes, but this is how I build Karma all the time.
Yeah.
This is not just
it's even worse, though, for melee, because you just get Thornmail and they just eat themselves to death.
Thornmail and Omen.
Yeah. Unless you're trendy and then you just ult and try to...
Even if you do that with Karma, all you need to do is shield and heal. And you have to be very careful, because if you don't have any cooldown reduction on her, that can actually be the undoing versus Trendemir. See, this is what happens when I've got the magic resistance and you really don't have any.
But usually there's also for the people where I really
That's
don't
also
need
very
to go.
true. Alright, another thing to keep in mind, guys, is this is an off-tank hybrid Karma. Karma can be played many different ways. You can play her and build her as a full tank with no ability power at all. And I've done that before. It was actually kind of funny. I ran her on, I think, my Ash runes once. And cannot say how funny it was that it actually worked. But you can also play Karma as ability power hybrid with HP. And by ability power hybrid HP is things like Rally's Crystal Scepter. I'm trying to think of what else here. Let's see here, Rally's Crystal Scepter, things like Abyssal Scepter, Force in Nature, Banshee's Veil, which will also give you health, that sort of thing. Now, one thing you guys have to be careful of is bait. That right there was called bait. And he was doing really good at baiting me. But thankfully, his spells and his stuns will only last so long. And this is why I love to take clarity on Karma, is because even after fight, you could find yourself struggling to have no mana at all. So it's very important that you have the ability to have mana, either by getting an item that'll help restore your mana, or by taking something like Clarity. Not to mention, by taking Clarity, you can also use it on teammates. However, if you are with the team and you know their playstyle, you definitely, and I do mean definitely, want to make sure, instead of taking Clarity, you could take a different skill that might be more beneficial to you and to your team. I'm going to go over the Mastery Tree and the runes here very shortly for you guys, so you can see how that works. Now, since he is still dead, I've taken out his mid turret. Mid is one of the easiest places to push. As you can see, he is up now. He's got 159 creep kills to my 197. I'm going to try and take out the inhibitor. One thing to be very careful is, at this point, you need to know when to back up. No matter how much you want to get that inhibitor, no matter how much you want to stay there and make sure you've got it, you need to make sure that you will not die for it. It's a question of, if I were to die, is it worth it? In the long run, that is what you have to ask yourself. Alright.
They will not.
So, you're really just struggling with the magic resistance?
Yep.
Well, the thing is...
Normally when I play Brand,
Okay.
most people don't have that much magic resist. Because there's also melee characters with a bunch of attack damage, so you gotta kind of split it in
Not
half.
always. Not always. A team generally will consist of something like 1 to 2 tanks, an AD carry, an AP carry, and then the fifth is where it's kind of interesting. The fifth will be something like, it could be another tanky character, it could be a tanky DPS, it could be a tanky AP. It really depends. For Karma, the way I play her is whatever the team has most of, that's what I'm going to build my resistance towards. So if it's mainly AP or it's mainly AD, if it's mainly AP, I'm going to build magic resistance. If it's mainly AD, I'm going to build armor. And it also depends on what's killing you. If AD is killing you, you need to go ahead and build so that the AD doesn't kill you. If the AP is killing you, you need to build so that the AP doesn't kill you. But once again, this is the off-tank Karma. This is not the typical Karma. The typical Karma doesn't play like this. The typical player who decides to play Karma will build Karma very, very squishy, which means she'll be the first one targeted. Which is why I build Karma this way, so she's not the first one targeted. She's hybrid, she's able to do a lot of damage, she's able to be there for her team and abuse that level of survivability. Now, as you guys can see, I just did solo dragon as Karma, and he is going to actually, ouch, that hurt, do a lot of damage to me. Just a tad too much. And if I'm not careful here, I'm gonna die. Oh my goodness. No!
So lucky.
I will survive! Why didn't you dive me? You realize you could have dived me at that time. Oh, really?
Yeah, I was just completely out of mana.
Once again, guys, positioning. Had I not positioned myself, I would have died. For fact.
Could have done a little bit better. And not try to, like, run outside the edge of that wall.
You expect me to run back, though.
Yeah.
That's why I did that. It's because you expected me to run back, not to run towards you and out of the way. Part of playing this game,
I kind of did
guys...
expect you to run towards me there for a little bit. Because that's what you've been doing. Every time you use your Spirit Bond, you run towards me.
I haven't been using my Spirit Bond. I haven't been using the Spirit Bond that often. But anyhow, guys, one thing to keep in mind, not just the positioning, not just the map awareness, duking, I'm sorry, duking, if I can talk tonight. You need to be very, very aware of what is going on around you. And if the opponents are thinking you're going to go one way, you can jump into the grass. They can come at you, and then you can go the other way. Besides that, I need to be paying attention to my base before he beats me.
Minions for the win.
Not fair. Okay, guys, I'm going to demonstrate a little bit of AP burst here. Shield, burst. Fan, dead. Wave's gone. Hey there, Brand, what's up? I see you stuck in there.
Inhibitor.
Really? Are you sure about that? Yeah, I don't think you're sure about that. Once again, guys, positioning.
Together, we shall triumph.
Feel so noobish.
And don't feel... don't feel noobish. It's okay.
Says you only did 1,500 damage.
Only? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll only stay for X amount of seconds. it'll basically say for the seconds that it took to actually kill you in, like within 10 seconds.
15.19,
Oh,
which is pretty much how long it took you to kill me.
okay, well then I have no clue. Sorry. And yes, in a normal match, I would have a little bit of armor. Generally, a thorn mail is what I love to build. But if all I'm doing is going against ability power champions, I'm not going to waste the gold on a thorn mail. I will use the gold on something else more appropriate and suited for it.
It's all situational, really.
That it is, that it is. So that's kind of why I'm showing you guys what I am here. Now, I really don't need anything else in this tab here. One thing you can get on Karma is if you're actually doing really well, you can... I joke about this, please don't take it seriously. You can troll the other team. And by troll, what I mean is you can sit there and you can get a Guardian Angel. A Guardian Angel is really, really funny. As long as you can live, you can keep that up for 5 minutes. And if that stays up, you can then turn around later and go back. You'll get up after dying. If your team is still there, still in the fight, you can turn around and use that to continue to support your team. It's actually a pretty funny item because sometimes you won't be targeted then, sometimes you will. It's really funny how it works. Okay. So where is Brand hiding now? Is he trying to Baron again?
No.
No? Now, since I know what Brand is capable of, and I know what I'm capable of, I am going a bit more hybrid than I would normally. Because normally I go pretty tanky with like a Morella's Evil Tome. And in this case, as you guys can see, I went for an ability power. What are you doing? Really? Crisis, what was up with that?
Fast way back home. I actually see you got the kill for that.
Yes, did you not see what happened? I threw Spirit Bond on you.
No, doesn't even say you did anything.
Well, you shouldn't have ran up onto my fountain. What? Are you insane? Next lesson, guys. Never, ever, ever go onto that fountain. It kills you.
Yeah, like I just got zapped in about half a second.
Was it even that? So we're gonna go have fun. When you have teleport, guys, you can sit there and you can really be mobile. You can sit there, you can teleport to like what I'm doing here. But like, sup, top. Okay, so this kind of covers the situational for magic resistance. But we're going to have to go into a real game to show you guys what a dual lane Karma looks like and how to play her during an actual situation, what to face against, that sort of thing. So, GG, thank you, Crisis. Are you ready to end this?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just leave the game. And are Rice and Johnny still alive? I have no clue if they are. They might be. Alright guys, so what I'm going to go ahead and do really quick is I am going to stop the stream really quick, save this bit of it, and then restart it, and we are going to go into an actual match. So stay tuned in. Be right back.